order. It's 7 o'clock on May 14th, 2024. I'll have a roll call in the order I see on my screen. Matt Lowry.
Here.
Bill Spalding.
Here.
And Kevin York.
Here.
And Theo Knoll, the chairperson, is not available. And myself, Jim Hogan, vice chair, is here as well. First order of business is the approval of the meeting minutes from April 9th, 2024. Have members of the planning board had an opportunity to review said minutes?
Yes. Yes.
Any comments? If no comments, then would I entertain a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
No, second.
So moved by Bill Spalding, seconded by Matt Lowry to accept the meeting minutes presented from the April 9th, 2024 meeting minutes. Roll call vote. Kevin York.
Yes.
Bill Spalding.
Yes.
Matt Lowry.
Yes.
And myself is yes as well. That passes 4-0. Moving on to item number 3 on the agenda, the approval not required for 18 to 20 Melvin Street. Is anyone for the applicant on the call?
Yes, Mr. Chair, for the record, Attorney Brian McGrail representing the applicant, Henry Narcella, as trustee, owner of both properties. This is a A&R plan. If I could share my screen, would that be okay?
Yes, please. And before you do that, do so, Attorney McGrail, for those members of the public who are not familiar, an A&R plan is called a approval not required plan. It's a plan that as the planning board, we are required by statute to approve endorse, because approval is not required so long as the plan meets the rules and regulations of the town and a handful of key legal requirements. But this is not a discretionary approval per se, hence approval not required. Attorney McGrail, if you want to bring the plan up on your screen.
I'd be happy to. Thank you. Steve Melton-Usick is here with me. He's a surveyor that prepared the plan in case there's any questions that board members have. I'm going to try to bloat. There you go. Is that better? How's that size?
Looks good. Thank you.
Okay. So this involves 18 and 20 Melvin Street. Melvin Street is a public way in the town of Wakefield, as you can see, designated as such. And what we're doing is all structures that to be raised is labeled on the plan. This is a marked existing property line to be removed, and we're going to create 2 lots. Lot 1 with 10,615 square feet, and lot 2 with 10,908 square feet. As you can see at the bottom here, we're in the general residence zoning district, so only 8,000 square feet is required. And what is of concern for the planning board, the frontage in this district is 80 feet. As you can see, lot 1 has 82.5 feet of frontage, and lot 2 has, 82.63, and lot 2 has 87.37. Just for the record, these lots meet the coefficient of regularity as labeled down here. Without any waiver from the planning board, they meet it on their own. Happy to answer any questions that the board may have.
Do any of the members of the planning board have any questions for Attorney McGrail?
I don't have it. I do not have any.
Go ahead, Matt.
Okay. In that case, does any member of the planning board wish to make a motion?
Actually, I'm sorry, I do have one question. So there is this sidewalk encroachment. I assume you're going to keep the sidewalk in its current configuration and not try to claim that, or?
Yeah, we can't claim it. I mean, we can't, we know we're gonna have to work with the town engineer on that, on how he wants to deal with it.
All right, so potentially an easement or something?
Could be, yeah, it could be just to clean it up. We'll figure that out with Bill Renault.
Okay, all right.
Either that, or if there's room, we'll move it out on the right of way, kind of whatever they want to do.
All right. All right, I will make a motion to approve the A&R plan of land 18 and 24 Melvin Street, Wakefield, Massachusetts, prepared for Ribo Incorporated. Prepared by Marchionda and Associates, dated April 18th, 2024.
I have a motion from Mr. Lowry. Do I have a second?
I will second that, and I'd like to change approve to endorse.
But thank you. I should know better. Thanks, Bill.
It's okay. Hey, we all work together as a team, Matt.
There you go. Motion by Matt for seconded by Bill. Roll call vote. Kevin York,
Yes.
Bill Spalding,
Yes.
Matt Lowry,
Yes.
and myself, yes, as well. So the A&R is endorsed by the planning board by a roll call vote of 4-0. And Attorney McGrail, I'm sure that we'll be reaching out with the reach out with Aaron and or Sam to start the process to coordinate next steps. I believe,
Yeah.
or I take it back. I think we have to go take. Is the Mylar with the city?
Yes,
with
we
the
already
town?
filed it, so we dropped it off with Erin, so she has it, so I'm sure and Sam will circulate, work out the details. In the interim, Mr. Chair, part of my submission, which I emailed to you, is the application. If you would be kind enough to endorse that and send it back, I'd appreciate that, because I need to file that with the town clerk.
I'll coordinate with Mr. Knoll, who's still the chair.
Okay, that will be fine. Thank you
Just-
very much.
Quick question, are we talking about Form A?
Yes, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got to file that with the town clerk with the acceptance by the board.
How about if we, with the members present, make a motion that that Jim act as the chair in this situation and endorse it, just so we're not waiting. I don't know what Theo's plans are, but if he's out of town for an extended period of time, we don't want to hold this up.
I agree with that.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, so I'll make a motion to allow Jim Hogan as the vice chair to sign on behalf of the board.
So we have a
Second.
motion from Mr. Lowry. Do you have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion by Matt, seconded by Bill. Roll call vote. Kevin,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
and myself, yes. So I'll act as the agent of the board and endorse 18 to 20 Melvin Street for the Form A.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Anything else with regards to this A&R plan?
No.
Okay, in that case, thank you everyone for the time, and I'll move to the next item on the agenda. Item number 4 on the agenda is MBTA Community Overlay District, next steps after town meeting. In discussions with Mr. Knoll as the current chair, as well as out of respect for the fact that not the whole planning board is here, I'm going to propose, unless other members of the planning board object, that we delay this discussion of the next steps for this item until our next meeting.
No, I think that's appropriate until we have the entire board here.
Agreed.
There's nothing pressing on it right now, so.
No, and I don't think we need a vote or anything on this, correct? I think it's just,
Yeah, it's just an agenda item, correct?
right.
Correct. So in that case, I think we'll push this one to our next meeting when we have the balance of the board at the meeting. Similarly, as it relates to item number 5 for the election of the chair and vice chair, unless other members of the planning board disagree, I'd like to push this one until we have the full board and in attendance as well.
Agreed.
Well, that makes sense too.
Okay. So in that case, move over to items not anticipated by the chair. Are any items from members of the planning board not anticipated by the chair and or our town planner, Samantha?
The only thing I wanted to update all of you on is that the RFP for the housing production plan has been released to the public. I've had a number of different people reach out with questions already. I will keep you updated on that process. It closes on June 21st. So hopefully we'll have actual proposals in hand on the closing date. But that's just wanted to give you a status update on that.
Samantha, may I ask, in terms of that housing production plan, that RFP, that is for a outside consultant to work with the town in order to assist in the development of said housing production plan?
Correct. A housing production plan and technically also a housing needs assessment, because those have changed in the last number of years. It's almost 10 years since the last housing needs assessment was done. And so we're getting updated data, and then we'll be updating the housing production plan, and then hopefully be able to start using that moving forward.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you for the update. Anything else? Oh, Susan?
What date does that RFP close?
June 21st, which is a Friday.
Thank you.
Sam, should we look at having it on our agenda at some point for any reason after that date?
Probably let me go through and see what responses we get, and then I'll chat with Aaron and Steve and see what structure and what points we'll be bringing you in. I'm sure there will be some role in the kind of advisory group for that as well. But I will keep you posted. But as for right now, there is no need to be pulled into it.
Thanks.
And I have something, while we have Brian McGrail on the line, I just wanted to know if at some point in the near future, we could have an update on Lovis Ave and on Prospect Street subdivisions that are both, moving forward. Doesn't need to be tonight, but at some point, just so we can get a status on those.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right, thank you.
Any other items not anticipated by the chair?
I just thinking about July and August is going to come up really fast. Probably not this meeting, but our next meeting, we should start to plan what we are doing as a board. A lot of times the second meeting in August doesn't happen because of vacations and all. So I think just maybe prepared for our next meeting as each member can figure out their summer. I know it's a little ways away, but today felt like summer, so made me think about it.
Yeah, I think that's a great observation, especially if we're going to be making or doing elections at the next meeting to start that process of figuring out what our schedule looks like for the summer.
Right.
And that may hinge on our next meeting as we discuss the MBTA communities also.
Correct. Any other items unanticipated by the chair? Okay, in that case, do I hear a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Any seconds?
Second.
Motion by Matt, seconded by Kevin to adjourn the meeting. Roll call vote. Bill Spalding,
Yes.
Kevin York,
Yes.
Matt Lowry,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Thank you everyone for the time. Quick one. Very
Thanks.
efficient. Thank you everyone for the